and welcome to my channel. Paige Howell here. And if you are brand new to my channel, welcome to my classroom. If you are just visiting my channel for the first time, please hit the subscribe button below and the little bell, ding, 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 because you're going to want to know when great content comes out. My channel is all about helping you to be the best VIPKID teacher that you can be and to help you build your VIPKID business. Guys, I also have a lot of great information for you in the description box. I have a lot of free resources for you. You can always reach out to me at heypaigehowell.com and I will answer any questions that you have, especially if you are new in the process and you are looking for someone to help you get through the VIPKID hiring and getting bookings process. So welcome back, guys, to Teacher Tip Tuesday. I am so excited because this is Teacher Tip Tuesday number 10. I am going to share with you 10 tips to get rebooked. So getting bookings are very, very important because you don't get paid if you're not teaching. So we need bookings to teach and get paid. If you have not participated in my Increase Your Bookings and Build Your VIPKID Business workshop, the information to it is below and I give you a lot of great tips. Let's get started. Tip number 1. Guys, this is something that I emphasize over and over again when you hear me talk. It is actually, I think, Teacher Tip Tuesday number 1. And I promise I'm not actually going to go back and visit all the teacher tips. These are new. Smile. Just smile. Why is this the first tip in getting rebooked? Because you want to be welcoming. You want to invite them into your classroom with a friendly smile. Guys, people don't want to work with people that are like not happy and they're not, they want to be excited. They want you to be excited to see them. So number 1 is smile. It doesn't cost you anything, but it's going to get you a lot of rebookings. People buy from people that they like. People like people that are friendly. Tip number 2 is to post a consistent schedule. So consistent scheduling. If you have a child and you want to sign them up for soccer, you don't want every Monday to have to go in there and figure out when your soccer practice is going to be. You want to know that you're going to be able to do practice on Mondays and Wednesdays at 5 o'clock. And that makes it simple for your families as well. Number 3 is actually reviewing from your past class. So how do we do that? On our slides, the very last slide is a whiteboard. I go to the whiteboard the very first thing in my class. After I've kind of said hello, we've introduced, so my students are trained, this is what we're doing next. And I go and review some of the concepts that we need to touch on or retouch on from the last class that I noted were some trouble areas for them. So now you're going to ask me, how did I know that those were trouble areas? How do I remember that? What is the technique that I use to do that? Well, I actually use the teacher to teacher section in the feedback for my notes on what I need to work with that student on, because we get to re-see the teacher to teacher feedback. So it will pop up and I'll be able to see, oh, last time when I worked with Emily, we needed to work on the TH sound. So when I get her for the first time, I'm going to review the with her. We're going to go over that. Then I jump into the lesson. So at the end of the lesson, we'll review it again on the whiteboard very quickly, but I will also review anything that she struggled with in this lesson, so that I am continually making sure and doing these checkpoints on the skills that I need her to be learning. I think this also allows the families to know that I am invested in the students' learning. I am continually checking from what they learned one time to the next time so that they are ready for those assessments. So it builds that understanding with the parent that I don't just see what's here, I am going back and I am retouching on what was before to continue their learning process. And so that makes each student individual and what they need to work on. Tip number 5 is building rapport. I did do a Teacher Tip Tuesday on building rapport. I don't remember which one it was, but you can go back. I'll try and link that below. It gives you ways to model asking questions, because when you're working with a new ESL student and their learning and language skills are very slim, then if you were to ask them a question like, what is your favorite color? That may have just sounded like blah, 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 blah. But if you model that for them, it will help them understand. They do know color words. So I will do, what is your favorite color? And then I will say, my favorite color is pink. And I will show them. So this helps them see what the question is I'm asking them. Finding out their color, or their favorite animal, or their favorite food, or their favorite activity or place to go is going to help you build rapport. Just asking them what their name is, or their name, that's going to help you use their name. And I would suggest you use that name over and over again. And asking them how old they are, how they're doing. It's not rapport building. You want to get in and dive deeper and get to know them, because then you're also going to be able to customize their class. They like pink. So guess what? You get a pink star. So pink is going to be what I'm giving for them. Or their favorite color is blue. You get a blue star. So they know I'm listening, and the parents know that I'm listening. Building rapport is huge. So just stop a minute, and I want you to make a couple little notes down on what are some questions that you can ask to help build more rapport with your students. Pause. Bing. We're going forward. And post those in the comments below. What are some questions that you ask to your students to help build the rapport? I would love to have more questions to engage my students, and I'm sure you have some great ones too. Teacher tip number 6, getting rebooked. Making your class fun. I use these for different things. They laugh. These were from Target, the dollar section. I love that place. And I use them as part of my reward. So I only do star rewards. I don't actually do a secondary reward. And you can chat with me about that in the comments if you would like. And so I would do something like, pick a color. And they would say blue. And I'd be like, no star. Or yellow, you found a star. So I incorporate giving them stars into my activity to make it fun for them. There are a lot of different ways to bring in fun in the classroom. If you know a student's favorite color is pink, then you can say, look what I have for you today. I have a pink pony. So knowing again that you're listening and building rapport, but having fun. I call this a little bit of edu-entertainment, because you are bringing some fun into the classroom when you're teaching them English, and you can have as much fun as that child will allow you to have while getting the output that you need to get from them, because that is number 7, output. How to get rebooked is to get output from your students. When a parent is listening, they are listening for how often that student is speaking. A lot of your parents do not speak English, but if they hear the student speaking over and over again, from, I am from China, from, I am from China, they are hearing their child speak, and they know that they are interacting with you and that they are learning through repetition. So output is the next best thing. I didn't put it as number 2 because they're intermingled in here, but getting student output is going to get you rebooked. Number 8. So number 8 is providing excellent parent feedback. Now, I have a video that I did. It actually isn't a teacher tip. It's on, what's it called? Feedback in a Snap. And I share how I provide feedback to my families if you want to go jump in on that, because I'm not going to go into detail. But it is really important that you provide positive feedback about your students. with things that they can do to improve intermingled in there. So when a student, if you tell them that they're doing excellent on this, excellent on this, excellent on this, why do they need VIPKID? Let them know things that they need to work on. And this goes back again to the whiteboard, guys. So if I were to leave the note that I want Sally to continue to work on the word from or come or came or whatever their sight word was, I would actually review that on the whiteboard before at the end of the class, because in my feedback, what I am going to say to the parent is, I want them to review these words. We reviewed those words together in class at the end of the lesson. So you can go back and you can watch the last few minutes of our lesson so that Sally can hear me saying these so she can learn to pronounce them correctly. So that's another way that I use the whiteboard, and also providing my families with the extra material that they may need at home for their student to learn these words. So that's another tip for how to get rebooked. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Guys, I grew up in the South, good old Southern girl. I have written thousands of thank you notes. Thank you, Mom. I've written thank you, thousands of thank you notes. And I still write thank you notes to this day. It is ingrained in me. And it is ingrained in my children. And I will tell you, I have 2 boys, but they know thank you notes are important. And so I really encourage you. And tip number 9, thank your parents. Thank them for booking you. Thank you for choosing you as a teacher. And thank them when they give you 5-apple feedback, because they don't have to do that. Thank them for taking the time to do it. I also want you to thank the learning partner. Thank you so much for all that you do for these students. Thank them by giving them things that they can learn about the student as well. That helps them do their job. I talk all about communicating with the learning partner through the learning partner feedback in the Increasing Your Bookings workshop. So we dive into that a little bit more if you'd like to join me in the workshop. Also, when you submit a ticket, don't forget to also thank the support team. Thank you so much for all of you do and taking the time to answer my questions. I tell you guys, a little bit of sugar and a little bit of honey goes a lot further than a complaining person. So use your little bit of honey and your little bit of sugar, and I promise you, you're probably going to get a little bit more of what you want when you take that technique. So tip number 10. Tip number 10 is to love this job. When you love your job, guys, it comes across to your students. It comes across to your families in your teaching, in your feedback, in all of your interactions that you have with everybody at VIPKID. And if you're struggling loving this job for one reason or another, reach out to me at heypaigehowell.com. Let's talk. Let's see if I can figure out a way to help you. I love this job. If you've watched any of my videos, you know I love this job. And I want you to love this job, because when you love it, I promise you, when that camera comes on and you're smiling and you're enthusiastic and you just can't wait to teach those kids, you are going to start to get rebooked, and your schedule is going to be full. You're going to have people on the waiting list for your schedule. So love this job. Let them know that you love this job. Guys, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed the 10 tips to get rebooked, because it's all about the bookings. Once we get the bookings and getting those kids to come back to us. Join me next Tuesday. I drop these every Tuesday for teacher tip number 11, and we're going to talk about teacher tags and why they are important. And you want to know this. Why are teacher tags important? So hit the bell below so that you'll know when this video comes out, because you want to start asking for tags right away, and I'm going to share with you how. And I also want you to comment below. Let me know what you think about this. Let me know if you thought this was a great suggestions on getting rebooked, and if there's any other topics that I can include for you. Happy bookings, happy teaching, happy day. See you soon.